Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Max Scova. With me, Damon Hatfield, Tal Blevins, and Dan Stapleton. We are halfway through our E3 post-Bethesda, post-live stream, live show thing.
Post-apocalyptic.
The thing.
Post-apocalyptic post-show.
So we talked about the radioactive future of the 1927 Z750s, whatever, Fallout 4. Let's talk about Doom. Doom, technically Doom 4, but this is Doom, the reboot. What do we make of this?
Thought it looked really cool, and I'm not even a big Doom fan, but I want to play that game.
Yeah, I thought it looked great. Doom meets Mortal Kombat all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome.
This is definitely, like, I was saying that I think that they really need to kind of revisit the roots and have, like, the kind of the angry teenage side of the original Doom, where it's just violent and it's kind of vaguely satanic and it's heavy metal and you got chainsaws and guns and all that. And they totally did that. You've got demons' jaws getting ripped off.
No, I think they nailed it. I mean, obviously, you know, we've seen more. You've always had kind of a shotgun hit or a melee attack, but it just seems very, I think visceral, or viscera, might be, you know, the best word to describe it. It looks, you know, you really get in there, and there's a variety of different melee attacks. You saw the creatures kind of flash blue when you got close to them, and that kind of signifies that, I guess, you can do a melee attack. But it just seemed like what Doom should be. I mean, it's fast, it's frantic, it's very bloody and gory, and it's scary.
I thought they did a really good job of marrying kind of the old school fast-paced action and just run and gun shooter with new school mobility. We see double jumping, we see vaulting, just moving around the map really quickly. All those melee kills are, you know, encouraging you to get up close. As soon as you see a monster flash blue, it seems like you can just rip it apart.
Yeah. It really made me think of Doom meets Quake Arena.
Yeah. I think I was tracking this on my Twitter feed. I think a lot of people were sort of underwhelmed by it, and I think there's this kind of weird thing where if we've been waiting 11 years for a new iteration on a game, we expect it to be totally groundbreaking, but this looks much more like a kind of confident biting off as much as you can chew. This looks, it's weird to say it and vaguely blasphemous, but it looks a little bit like Bulletstorm in terms of how you've got these kind of additional melee things going on. Remember that old deep cut there?
I actually enjoyed Bulletstorm.
Yeah. I mean, like getting to kicking a cacodemon in the face or whatever, an imp, and the big thing they also have here is they have, I mean, they have multiplayer, which is obviously a big thing, but there's also, it's Doom Snap Map, which is, more customization here.
It's Doom Maker.
Yes, Doom Maker. I think that people are going to really have a lot of fun with that.
And Doom has a long history of having custom maps and seeing them, you know, bring that forward in a form where, and it's not to the extent where you place every single piece, obviously, but it's you're taking it based on what they showed there. You're taking pre-built chunks and arranging them in a way you want, which is, you know, a lot easier.
It sounds like it's a snap.
I'll say it again: jetpacks.
Yeah.
And you can turn into the Revenant there.
Turn into the demon,
Yeah, you actually picked up the pentagram and you turn into the Revenant and you had your jetpack and everything, you're flying around.
Like there's the part of me that as an adult who tries to be sort of cultured and worldly, I'm like, maybe this chainsaw violence is too much. But then he picks up literal satanic energy and starts throwing fireballs, and I'm like, this is what I wanted when I was in 5th grade. Give it to me now.
I was noticing a lot of variation in what parts of the body were being chopped off by the chainsaw.
What a weird thing to say for your job.
I know.
We did.
I got paid to say that.
We did see some repeated animations there.
Okay.
So it's obviously not dynamic.
It's not like a loaf of bread that you can slice anyway.
Right. But I will say that I don't think I've seen as joyous a celebration of gore in quite some time.
Absolutely.
Like, and it's nice because it's cartoony. It's not. You know, over the top.
That was like an aerial assault right there, right?
Right. I'd say too. I mean, Pete led us right into this perfectly. He told us there was going to be a lot of blood and gore, and there was.
Yep. And these guys are loot pinatas too. Like when you kill them, all these things just kind of pop out. It reminds me of Diablo, the way and Borderlands as well. The way the loot pops out, and it makes it feel like, oh, I'm going to go pick that up.
It appeals to that part of your brain that likes picking things up. Also, I'm noticing a lot of verticality here, which is I think is a nice kind of compromise between having totally labyrinthine kind of old school Doom levels where you're going around in circles a bunch if you don't know exactly where you're going, but also kind of keeps it interesting, and that adds to the speed because you're not just, you can't, I mean, if you're playing this on twin sticks, you can't move quite as fast as the original Doom. You know, we saw a little bit of kind of classic Doom approach in one of the snap map levels, but you can't go exactly that speed with twin sticks. It's just be a little bit too hectic.
It does feel like it's they're kind of bravely returning to the arena shooter, and that's something that we just haven't seen much of in the past decade. Like since Unreal Tournament, I guess Unreal Tournament 3 bombed, and that was kind of the end of it for a long time. But they're confidently returning to it, which is interesting.
Yeah, I'll say, like Damon, I wasn't a huge Doom fan. It's not something that really necessarily caught me that much. But seeing this, I'm really looking forward to diving into this world because again, it looked beautiful. It looked like just such fluid movement. And it looked super gory. Yeah. I mean, I'm down for that. I'm down for playing that
really
because
fun.
That's what this world's all about. That's what makes the atmosphere of that.
I am
You're
too.
going to hell.
Yeah,
I am too. But I think maybe the reason some people were underwhelmed by it is that in a lot of ways it is kind of a very safe game that doesn't look like it innovates in big ways. It innovates in small ways in bringing a bunch of modern features to an old school shooter and modern polish.
Yeah.
It looks like it'll be a great experience, but it's not going to be a game changer.
Yeah, it seems like it's a safe game in the same way that Mortal Kombat 9 was.
Exactly.
Which is okay.
I was, even though I wasn't a big Doom player, I was a huge Quake Arena and Unreal Tournament player, and this really looks like a return to those too, which is great to see.
Yeah. And I love the little details. Like they when you pick up a weapon from a corpse, like they even had like rigor mortis as the guy was had to kind of pull it loose of that, and just little touches like that are what kind of caught my eye.
Little touches like when the demon ripped off our own arms and then beat us with
that
it.
That was subtle.
That's one way to end a demo. Just beat you over the head with it.
I also liked that detail in the first part of the demo, the echo device that you use to see sort of a memory of what happened there. And
it was like
he sees the monster carry him.
It reminded me of Batman's Detective Vision in Arkham Origins, where you can replay things.
Yeah.
That same idea. It's like what happened here. And
in Doom 3, you had the audio logs, and you kind of got that. So this is like full-on visual. You can follow the demon going off.
Yeah, and that leads them to the dead soldier, where we can rip off his arm and then use it to gain access to the next area. I thought that was really nice. It's nice to have a little bit more than just shooting demons in a game.
And they do seem to have mostly kept the Doom 3 trait of having all the menus and everything be in-game, which was one of Doom 3's cleverest ideas.
I do like that, yeah. So what else do we have?
Anything else to cover off on the multiplayer?
It looks very straightforward and back to basics with
They
him.
showed us a lot of stuff. You can shoot a guy in hell. I mean, like, it's a thing. Jetpacks, yes. I think arena shooter stuff is.
And they said that's coming out in spring of 2016.
Yeah.
So
they did not an exact date yet, but spring 2016.
I mean, I'll still be playing Fallout 4 then, but I guess I can take a break.